This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone, very good morning to you all. So in last session we discussed about math library as well as number library. So now the important concepts we are going to discuss about document object model. Regularly people will call it as a DOM. Uh, Here document object model people will call like this. It's better to call it as, what is my suggestion, document object manipulation. So this is nothing but the word. Actually, this is, I think it is suits actually. Manipulation suits. What is the meaning of manipulation generally? Here we know the manipulation in the sense, I think if you know database knowledge, MySQL database or Oracle database knowledge, we have DML statements. DML means data manipulation language statements. Here we are talking about document manipulation. There we are talking about data manipulation. Whatever it may be. Here, if we can go for MySQL DOM, DML statements actually. Manipulation, M stands for manipulation here. That is nothing but here create. Actually, create won't come here. Insert, delete, update, and select. I want to, okay, this is actually, these four statements will come under the manipulation category. In the same manner, this is database level, but this is, we are not discussing database, we are discussing JavaScript. In JavaScript, what is a document and what is the document manipulation? Remember, document object model, document object manipulation. So what is a document generally? For example, you can open any of the HTML file. Let me go for uh, to your location. What is the file? Okay, let me do one thing. Let me go back. Let me open this layout.html. Let me open index.html. Can you see? This is one document. Can you see how many number of elements are there? Almost all. There are 270 lines of code we written in this file. So this is the document. What type of document this is? A HTML document. This is a HTML document. This HTML document stands for, what is a document? Document is nothing but a HTML file, a CSS file, whatever it may be, that is a document. Is nothing but, try to understand the concept, is nothing but HTML file. I want to say like this. What this HTML file contain? Elements, right? Generally, the HTML file contain elements. Remember, HTML file contains elements. You know one thing, in JavaScript, remember carefully, this is very important. In JavaScript, every element, every HTML element will called as an object. Adandi. So generally, if you can see in HTML, footer is an element. In HTML, footer is an element. In JavaScript, footer is an object. In HTML, div is an element. In JavaScript, div is an object. So everything will be treated as an object like this, guys. Here you have h4 in HTML, element in JavaScript is an object. That's the reason the word may become like this: document object model. Document law, in the document we have many number of elements. That's the meaning of document object model. So model in the sense, or manipulation in the sense, whenever we are having lot of number of elements in a document, right, I'm calling them as, technically if you can see in JavaScript, every element will be called as an object. In HTML, everything is an element. In JavaScript, everything is a object. When we are looking into the point of JavaScript, Looking in the point of HTML, that is element. Looking in the point of JavaScript, that is going to be an object. Every element will be an object, right? Okay, great. So now here, what is the meaning of manipulation? Remember, I want to tell you some points here. I want to I want to create an element. Generally, how can we create an element? By using, this is the way of creating element, right? Paragraph open, paragraph tag close, we can create an element. No, programmatically I want to create element. You are not a person to create anything, but I want to write a program. That program should create 100 elements automatically. Elements automatically. You are not a person, right? How can we create it? That is called DOM manipulation. I want to delete an element from the DOM, delete an element from the document, so this is what exactly I want to do. I want to create an element in the document law. I want to create an element in the document. I want to delete an element from a document. I want to edit an element, in the document. So I want to modify the element, right? I want to select an element in the document. So can you see, in MySQL, it's all about the data. Select sort from table name, update table, insert table. It's all about the data we are inserting into the table. That is okay. That is also manipulation we said, right? But in the document, what are you having? In the document, I'm having lot of HTML elements. Lot of HTML elements. I want to create a HTML element. These elements we know already. These elements we created manually. We know that everything we created when we are working on the layout. No, what I want to tell you, I want to create a HTML layout. Okay, let me show you here uh, a small scenario, which is I am working on my project right now. This is a video player. Okay, this is the video player. Wait, it is getting loaded. This project is completely JavaScript project. JavaScript, and we can use some jQuery also. And backend for this project is .NET actually. Can you see, this is the video player, and if you can click on the video will get played. Okay, you can see the controls also, whatever it may be, the controls and the duration and the play. And here we have some seek bar also. We can drag the seek bar, right? We can click the share button, and we can click something like this, right? So these are all the things we are able to see. But this is all dynamically generated stuff. Can you see? I will show you the source code of this. Now can we see the source code? Just we are able to see 98 lines of code only. You are able to see? Yeah, this is the code you are able to see there. Now you can see, I'm just going to run this test.html. Let me save the file, 1 minute. Test.html, just I'm saving the file, don't worry, right? So this is the code. Okay, this code is not required for me. Let me remove this. Okay, I think I have to close HTML. Done. Right, can you see almost all some code is commented here. This is also not required, commented. Now you can see, so this is up to 63, line number 63. This is all the head section. We know what is the purpose of head section, right? Very well, we are familiar with head section. What is the head section? What is the purpose of head section? Some unnecessary code is there. If I can remove all these unnecessary code, finally we can able to see how many number of lines of code we are able to see. 50 lines of code we are able to see. This is the code just you are able to see up to line number 51. This is all the body. This is all the head section. This is all the head section. Okay, just a body tag. This is the body tag. In the body tag, you just have only one element only. But where is that video element? Actually, this is video player, na? This is a video player, HTML5 video tag. If you can inspect this, now you can see, I will show you in the inspect. Now you can see, this is the video wrapper actually. Let us go there. Can you see, this is the video element. This is the video tag you are able to see in the right side. But when I'm seeing the source code, I'm not able to see video code anywhere. Do you know one thing? Whatever the HTML you are able to see here now, this is all generated dynamically by using JavaScript. We didn't write this code. I didn't write video code. I didn't write this play button code. I didn't write some other code. All this is generated dynamically. I want to create something, I want to remove something from the document. This is all the beauty of JavaScript. Without writing a single line of code, HTML, without writing a single line HTML code, I want to generate a HTML code dynamically. How can we generate the HTML code dynamically? This is all the beauty of our JavaScript. What is the manipulation? You should know the manipulation means I want to create an element. I will show you, don't worry. We will see each and everything. How can we create an element? How can we add the element? How can we change the attributes? For example, you created an element like this, paragraph tag open, paragraph tag close. That's all. You set some text called welcome. That's all, guys. Here, this is you created manually, right? By using JavaScript, I want to add an attribute to the element. Add an attribute. I want to add an attribute called class also. So how you created, just you created, this is the element you created. This is the element line number 7 you created. But by using JavaScript, when page gets load, I want to add an attribute ID. I want to add an attribute class. I want to remove attributes also. This is all called DOM manipulation. Document. What is a document? This is a document. This document may contain many number of elements. From this many number of elements, I want to modify the elements. I want to remove the elements. I want to change the attribute of an element. I want to edit or whatever it may be. This is called manipulation. Okay, first of all, here the first thing here we can discuss each and everything, finding elements in the DOM and everything we can discuss. But the thing is here, now I want to go for it, right? This concept is very important in entire JavaScript, not only JavaScript, in React application development also we can use this, guys, actually. Okay then, right? Okay, first concept is here, finding the DOM elements, right? Generally you want to modify the element, you want to modify the element or you want to delete the element. First of all, whatever the task it may be, first of all you have to find an element now. Once you find the element, then only we can perform delete operation, edit operation or anything in JavaScript, right? So first of all, finding elements. In interviews they will ask us in how many ways we can find an element from a document. So this is the HTML document. I want to know the total number of div tags in the following HTML element. Total number of div tags in the document. I want to know the total number of ULLIs in the document. I want to know the total number of section tags in the document. I want to know the total number of anchor tags in the document. So how we can find them, right? It's all about nothing but, first of all, thing is here, I want to modify an element. What is that element you want to modify? In a HTML, we have so many number of elements now. In this document, I have many number of elements. From this many number of elements, what is the element you want to find? What is that element you want to find? That's the question here. So to find that element, why are you finding an element? Sir, I want to modify the element, or I want to change the element behavior, or I want to add an attribute, I want to remove an attribute. To perform these operations, I want to find. For example, here you have this A block. I want to find this A block div only. That too, there may be a lot of A block divs may be there. Can you see? This is A block and this is also A block. We have many divs are there here with the A block. From this A block, this is also A block. Let me go and check this. How many A blocks are there? This is also A block. There are 4 A block divs are there. I want to find the last A block only. I want to find the second A block only. I want to find all the A block elements, the elements which contain A block class. I want to get all the elements which contain A block class, right? I want to get all the elements, all the sections which contain an ID called about. So I don't, there may be lot of sections are there. I don't want all the sections. I want a section which contain an ID called about. So understand what we are doing here. I'm trying to find an element from the document. To find the elements, so this is very important, finding the DOM elements. In interviews also people will ask us in how many ways we can find the DOM elements. There are 6 ways are there. Lot of ways are there generally, guys. Okay, don't worry. First of all, we have a classroom, right? We have a classroom. In a classroom, we have a lot of students are there now. Lot of students are there, right? These are the students. Classroom we have. In the classroom, we have a lot of students are there. How can we find one student? But if you can say based on the name, we can go, right? So by using name, we can go name of student. So how can we find the student here? By using name of the student, or by using its ID also, na, right? By using student ID, we can find him, right? It's very easy to find the element by using this guy. By using student ID, we can find it. Any other choices here we are having? So actually, if we can go with the student name, one small doubt for me. A student name, for example, Ram, okay, in one class, right? But there may be a chance in every class, there may be a student available with the name Ram also, na? Right? I mean, we can also find by using its class name also, na? So in the class name first class, there is one student Ram. In class second class, there is one student. In 10th class, there is also one student. Like this, we can identify whatever it may be, right? So, okay. But here, in the maximum in our real life, in a real class, these are the two best scenarios. Identify a student from a classroom by using his name, by using his ID. These are the two best things for identifying an element from a document. Generally, this is what everybody knows, guys. Now you can see what I want to tell you programmatically how we can find the element. Now you can see. So we have six methods are there actually. Six ways in the sense nothing but six predefined methods in the DOM. So every time, remember carefully, we are writing, I think you are no familiar, document dot get element by ID. You already know regularly we are using this. This is the method which is part of document object model only. This is the method which is a part of document object model only. Document dot get element by ID, right? Okay, this is the first method. And the second method, if you can go with here, document dot get elements. Now you can see this is plural. This is singular. Get element, only one element. Get elements by name. Okay, based on the name, elements by name. Why elements here? This is singular. Can you see here singular or plural? Plural. This is only singular, only one item. But here, get elements by name. Why it is elements? There may be a chance with the name, multiple students may be there. In the same manner, there may be an element available in the document multiple times, but I want to get all the elements which is having a div. So I want to get all the elements which is the element is having div. So total number of elements in the div, if you want find, just you can write this. I think by using get elements by name, we can find all the elements in the document, which is nothing but a div element. How many div elements are there? Based on the name, we are getting it right? Okay, so later we can see. So now the thing is here, get elements by tag name. Actually, name in the sense, guys, there is a name attribute. Actually, not this is I written, sorry. There is a name attribute. Generally, you will write input type is equal to something, right? Input type is equal to text, right? And generally you will use the attribute name equal to uname, right? This is the attribute actually. With the uname, I want to get all the elements with the uname, something like this. So by this is nothing but elements by name. So now you can see the second method is very comfortable. I think get elements by tag name. Based on that particular tag, how many elements are there? I want to find the total number of paragraph tags. Just pass p here, it will find all the elements in the following document. I don't know how many paragraph tags are there. I don't know how many div tags are there here. It is going to be find all the div elements from the document, right? Like this. You want to find any of the tag. Can you see the method also very clear? Get elements by name, get elements by tag name, right? Okay, now you can see one more. Get elements by class name also. Based on the class name also we can identify the elements. And finally, we have a method query query selector. Okay, this is a method, and one more is query selector all. These two methods will look different. Okay, don't worry. All these four methods, I think you got some meaningful way, meaningful thing for the every method, I believe. But these two methods are equivalent. See, what you can do by using all these four methods, right? What you can do by using all these four methods, the same I can do by using these methods also. Okay, wait for some time, you will understand. Generally, in CSS, to design an element, we will use selectors. Na? What is a selector? ID selector, as well as class selector, some element selector, name selector, right? We use selectors, right? I think you can recollect the structure. I think you will understand about these methods. Query selector. I want to find an element based on ID. So if this is called selector. So hash represents ID, na? So I want to find a thing called section of P. Then what is the meaning of it? I am finding all the paragraph tags under a class called section. Under a class called section. So can you see these selectors are going to be play a vital role? You can use anyone. See, if you want to find all the elements from the particular, and these two methods are very powerful, guys. These two methods can do any job, but these methods can't do the job. These methods are specific: ID, name, class to tag name, but these methods can be anything. In this selector, you can pass name of the ID, element of the ID, element or ID name, class name, or like this also we can pass, right? That is meaning of selector, na? By using selector, we can identify anything exactly. So selectors are play a powerful role. Whatever these methods cannot do, and these methods can do that job. We can identify the deepest level of element also by using this query selector. Deepest, I mean, I want to find an element inside an element, element inside an element, element inside an element also we can find it by using query selector all. Right, these methods are very powerful, but remember what these four methods can do, the same will done by these methods, and these methods will do some more jobs than these four methods, right? So but one thing, in place of these four methods, you can use these four methods. If you don't want to use the four methods, just you can use this also, no problem. These methods are powerful, guys. These two methods below, whatever you are able to see, are very important and powerful also, right? We will see one by one we will see, don't worry about it, right? But I want to tell you finally one point, what these four methods can do, the same job will perform by these methods also, right? How? We will see now, right? Let us go there. I'm just going to create a small file and let me execute it, right? So this is the DOM. Okay, let me create the basic structure of HTML. Let me save as in your location JavaScript folder. Let me save the file with the name dom.html because we are discussing document object, right? Okay, right, guys, try to see. Let me write the basic structure of HTML. We already seen get element by ID. Everybody have an idea how we did as of now. Okay, anyhow, no problem. Just me take DOM. But I want to discuss all the methods for manipulating the DOM. Right. I'm taking a h1 tag open, h1 tag close. I'm taking this as something called welcome to HTML or welcome to DOM. Okay, no problem. Just this is the thing we are having. If you want to add JavaScript code, yes, we can add the JavaScript code like this: script tag open, script tag close, right? So we are ready to write JavaScript. For example, I have an element here. This is an element called div, right? This is an element called div. I have an ID equal to welcome, or else ID equal to box1 box. Okay, this div does not contain anything, seriously. Okay, now you can check this. You can take one more div if you want. Let us take the ID as block. id as block. If you want, you can take one more. This is going to be section like this. You can take anyone, but id should be different now. Id should not be the same for every element, right? That's why we are taking different id, but element is same. We can take the same element, but id should be different. Generally all our students, but their id is same. No, id is going to be definitely different. Exactly. So we have three boxes are there. What is that element you want to identify, right? I told you, right? Every element, everything in html, in point of html, in the view of html, everything is going to be element. In the view of javascript, everything is object. I told you, right? Let me show you the proof here. Now I'm going to get the element. Let us get this document dot get element by id, element by id. Okay, what is the id? You can get anyone. I'm going to take this as a block. Just I'm getting this as a block block. This is the element we are having. Can you see? I'm going to print this console.log of ELE. Just you can refresh the page. You can see what is the element you are getting by ID. This is the element. You will get that particular element information in the console. Now you can see I'm going to print in the console, press F12, and you can see what is that you are going to get here. Now you can see, guys, what are you getting here? You are getting the element div now. This is the element div. I want to know what is the type of data. Now you can see I'm just printing type of the element. Actually, we know that this is an HTML element. In HTML, this is an element. In JavaScript, every element is an object. I told you, right? Now you can, that's the reason I'm checking the type of keyword. By using this type of keyword, we can identify what type of data that is. Every element is a object. No, if you want to print this on the screen also by using document dot write, now you can see I'm just going to write document dot write of ELE. Now you can see how the printing will be done. Object HTML div element, right? What it is saying that, can you see? This is also very clear. This is an object of type HTML div element. I told you already, every element in JavaScript will be treated as an object. This is exactly the proof of it. So we can say anybody. So in HTML, everything is an element. In JavaScript, everything will be treated as an object. Every element is an object. So we know what is an object actually. An object is a collection of properties and methods, right? We know that, right? So like this, every element having some properties like this is the property. If you want to get the id of this particular element, you know one thing, we can print the id of the element. What is the id of the element? If you want to get it, now you can see I'm just going to get the id of the element, console.log of. Now you can see all of you, ele.id. This is the attribute. This is the attribute of that element, right? The attribute we can write directly here, so we can get the id of it. What is the id of it? Block. You can see you can have one more thing called class is equal to text. I'm taking some title is equal to welcome. Now you can see every attribute, whatever the element, we are able to get the element. Remember carefully, by using this method we can identify the element. Based on this object, we can find the attributes of that element also. Remember carefully. Now element of id, if you want to get the element of class, we cannot get it. It will give you an error because class is a predefined keyword. That's why it is getting undefined. But there is other way, I will tell you later how can we get the value of a class attribute. But I can get the title also. Now you can see the title is printed. See, whatever the element you are able to see here, we can access the value of that attribute also. For example, you can see simple story. We have input type is equal to text. What is input type equal to text? A simple thing. So, and ID is equal to uname, and name is equal to uname. So whatever you want to take, you can take it, no problem. Username and placeholder equal to, what is the placeholder is equal to username. I'm taking an input field like this. What are all these called? These are all called attributes of an element. If you want, you can identify the attribute of an element also. What is, I want to get the element based on the id. So now you can see this time I want to get the element of particular element only. There may be a lot of input elements are there. I don't want to get all the input elements here. So now you can see where input is equal to document dot get element by id. I'm just getting the element by id. What is the id of it? Uname. This is the uname. So now if we can print this console.log of inp. So we will get the complete information of the input element, right? Now you can see this is all the input element. I want to get the placeholder. Now you can just write the attribute called placeholder. We can see the placeholder value. Username is there now. You want to get the type of the text box. What type of this is the attribute? Whatever the attribute you are having, I told you, right? Every element is an object now. Every element is an object. But remember, every element has an attribute. Those attributes will becomes the properties of an object. Remember carefully. Every element is an object. Generally, what is an object? Object is a collection of properties and methods. If element, this is an element actually. This element is having attributes also, right? So every element is an object. We've seen already. Every element is an object. Whatever the attributes we have for that element, they will be becomes the properties of an object. Now you can see that's why we are writing object.property, object.property. Directly we can access them in JavaScript. Now you can check this. I want to go with the ID. I want to go with the uname, and we can see all the elements of this. We are able to get it. What is the problem? Uname a name. Name is an attribute. Now just you can see we can get all the things as we expected here on the screen. Okay, one small scenario I want to show you. Generally, this we will see regularly in the real time also. Let me show you guys this example, right? So let me go to this. This is the mostly used scenario in real time. Let me create a file dom1.html. Okay, try to see. This is one scenario I want to implement for you. This is the mostly used one in real time. Okay, for example, we have a label open, label close. In this, I'm taking something called password. Right, you can see an input element here. Input type is equal to text, right? This is going to be text. Sorry, not text, password. Password, password. And ID is equal to pwd, right? And the name is equal to pwd, something. This is enough. If you want to designing purpose, you can take the class attribute also. Right now, I don't want to do anything. Okay, now, right. Now here, what I want to do here, let me take an I tag here. I tag open, I tag close. Okay, just try to see. Let me go for font awesome. We already know, right? Font awesome CDN link. Let me get the CDN link from W3 schools. So you know, right? Let me show you the scenario. Hide and show the password. For example, whatever the password you are entering, but there is an eye icon, eye symbol. By clicking the eye symbol, I want to see the password. By clicking the eye symbol, I want to hide the password, something like this, right? That's the reason I'm just going to take the following scenario. Okay, now, right now you can see I'm going to take I tag open, I tag close. For this, we have an attribute called class fa iya eyei. If I write, can I get the I symbol there? First run the file. Just I'm showing you the small scenario. Yeah, we are getting the I symbol. So you want to see the password. Okay, actually I want to see the cross I. Cross I in the sense hidden I maybe. What is the symbol for this? I don't know. Can we see the reference here? 1 minute, 1 minute. Let us go and get the okay. Brand, currency, hand symbols, spinner, gender, from, medical, spinner. I don't know how can we find the eye icon. Okay, font AWESOME, font awesome, eye icon slash icon, huh? FAI. Okay, okay, let me see this. This is the eye icon. We already using the same. Let me go for all the icons. Let me search for that icon, guys. Here, EYEI. So this is the element I want to get actually. Try to see. Initially, it should be there. This is the thing I'm expecting actually initially. Okay, let me take this here right now. This is the thing I want to see. Hmm? Now you can see this is going to be very, very important, right? Now you can see. Generally, what user will do, user will enter the password. This is the file, not file. This is the file. Now you can see the slash icon. You will enter the password. It is dot dot. When I am clicking the I icon, it has to show the password. If you can click the I icon again, it has to hide the password. Can you see guys here? What did you understand what I'm expecting? I think this is the one general scenario we can see in real time. If I click the I icon, the password should be shown. If I click it again, it has to be hidden. So this is the one general scenario guys where we can face in real time. So when on click this, now you can see, let me take an ID is equal to, or you can take a click button also directly, no problem. Right now you can see I'm taking ID is equal to BTN, right? Anything you can take it, no problem. But I want to get this document dot, oh, my battery gone, 1 minute, right? So document dot get element by ID. This is we are having, what is the ID we are having? BTN. This is the BTN we are having. When we are clicking the button, so we have to add an event, right? So on click equal to, I want to fire a function. This is generally we can do like this also, or else we can take on click function directly on the element. First of all, let me check this whether it is alerts, whether it is giving alert or not. Let us go and make something called hello. I'm just trying whether we are getting alert or not. Now you can see I'm getting alert. Perfect. Now I want to make this btn hash btn. Let me do some design for it, styl style little bit. So this is all about the manipulation only. So how we can see the entered password, again how we can hide it, all about the beauty of JavaScript, right? Hash btn. I'm just going with this here, uh, button hover, hover, cursor, CURSOR, cursor is going to be pointer. Just I want to take the pointer symbol, that's all. Right now you can see my mouse pointer is changed to something. Alert is coming perfectly. So now you can see whatever the password you entered in the button, now I want to get that element also now, right? Where pwd is equal to, now you can see document dot get element by id. What is the password id? Pwd. This is the pwd. So when we are clicking this, I want to change what is the attribute of it. The attribute of this element is password. You have to change this as a text, guys. Now you can see how can we change the attribute value. Initially attribute value type is equal to password, but I want to change the type is equal to text. How can we change the type equal to text? Now you can see, so here pwd dot, what this is an attribute. To work with this attribute, we have a predefined method, guys. The predefined method is going to be set attribute is the predefined method for every element. What is the attribute you want and what is the value? I want to set the attribute type, and what is the what you want to set? You want to set it as the text. If you want to get the attribute, we have a method called get attribute is the method. Get attribute is the method. What is the attribute you want to get? I want to get the attribute value. Just you can write the type. We can get the existing attribute. So if you want to remove attribute, we have a method called remove attribute. These are the three defined methods. What is the attribute you want to remove? I want to remove the attribute. So these three are the predefined methods for adding an attribute, for removing an attribute, for getting the attribute value. This method is for getting the attribute value. This method is to add an attribute to an element, and this method is for removing an attribute from an element. Now just you can go here. Now I'm just going to find the attribute. If you want to find the attribute of it, now you can see, I want write pwd dot get attribute. I'm writing the method get attribute, get attribute. What is the attribute we are having? I want to get the attribute of type attribute, right? So if you just want to log the message, yeah, you can just go and log this console.log. Just we can log the thing. Now you can see on click this in the console, we can see the attribute. What is the attribute of it? Type, right? What we will do generally, we will write a small condition, guys, here. If the password attribute, I'm writing a small condition, if equal to password. We have to make it as what is the attribute you have to set it, guys? You have to set a pwd dot set attribute. I'm taking this as an attribute. Set attributes, no spell mistakes, right? So type should be type, type should be text. What is going to be happen, the password is going to be changed as a text. Now you can see you are entering some password. You can see the actual, okay, let me refresh the page. You entered something. When I'm clicking this icon symbol, can you see the password is coming again? And if we can click it again, we have to change it to something. So now you can see what I want to do. If you can click one more time, I want to set the password attribute as second time it should be password only. Now you can see exactly what is going to be happen. This is going to be password. Now you can check this. So you entered the password. I entered the password. I'm clicking on it. You can click it again. You can click on it. You can click it on again. You can click on it. But you can change the icon also now. What is the icon you are having here? So when I'm clicking like this is a cross icon. Okay. So in this point of form, you entered. On click this, the eye should be open. I mean, it should be visible like this. The icon also should be changed. How can we change the icon attribute here? So same by using this guys here. How can we change this? So if you want, you can get the element also now. I think console.log off. Just I want to pass this. What is the meaning of this current element which you clicked, I believe? So what are you getting here? This is the current element you clicked now. That's why you are getting something called current element that you clicked. What is the icon you are having here? If the icon is this is, I want to change the attribute. Now this is the class attribute. Now you can see how we can do the same. So in this point of time, I want write this dot set attribute. Let me write this dot set attribute. What is the thing? I have to take the class, and this is going to be FAI. I'm taking this as an FAI. Let me check this whether it is changing or not. I'm going to enter it. Icon is changed, right? So then what you need to do, the same, you have to go here, and in this else block, you just need to make the same icon, existing icon. What is the icon we are having? This is the icon we are having. Just we can make the icon. All right, this is what exactly we can do it. Now you can check this. Everything will be works as we expected. Now I entered some password. Click on it, it is visible, and icon is also changed. If I click it again, you have to get the old eye. So now you can see this is the cross eye, and this is a visible eye. Now you can see this is all the function. So how we are manipulating this by using JavaScript? So by default, HTML doesn't do anything. CSS is just for design only. By using JavaScript, we can perform all this kind of operation. So, but here, two important methods we are using within the DOM. See, these methods are also going to be play a vital role. What these methods are doing? These methods are manipulating the attribute of the element, right? So this is how we can implement such a kind of functionalities. Like this, we can do many examples, right? Just check this, how this example is works, and check the following methods also. What are the methods we are using here? We know get element by id. From sorting onwards, we are using the get element by id. So but we are using two new methods. They are get attribute and set attribute. What set attribute will do? It will set an attribute to an element. What get attribute will do? We can get the current attribute value from an element. What is the attribute value we have? That value we can get it. I'm just comparing. If the type is equal to password, I'm making this as a text. If type equal to text, I'm making this as a password. Based on that, what is the meaning of this here? You know already. This means the current element. For every event object, this is available by default automatically based on this button click. So we are firing the function. So on this object, this is available automatically. If you don't want, you can get this document dot get a element by id of btn. Again, you can get this btn dot set attribute, something like this also we can write it. But this is the good scenario. If you don't want, you can go like this also, guys. Here what I want to tell you, this is btn now. So you can take the variable like btn also. We can get like this also. Now you can check this without. Now you can go with the btn dot set attribute and btn dot something like this also we can do. Unnecessary one statement is extra na. So in the current element, this is available automatically. Now you can check this. working fine. So as we expected. So but unnecessary one line extra, but I don't want to go with it. I just want to go with the keyword this only. Just you can use this. I don't want to get this. This is not required for me, guys. Okay, right. So this is all the first method, and tomorrow we can see the remaining methods. I think we have 6 methods totally, right? Let us discuss about elements by id, elements by name, elements by selector. Yeah, so these methods we can see tomorrow. See, whatever the work you done with this get element by id, the same I can do by using this also valid, right? Later we can see them, don't worry about it, right? So let me know, guys, if you have any doubts. I'm stopping the session for the day, and we can see tomorrow. Yes, definitely, Aman. We can change the CSS of the element also. I'm not changing the any CSS actually. If you want, yes, we can do it. That's also, that is the beauty of JavaScript now. Generally, we know by using CSS we can design. By using JavaScript also we can design an element. Right? JavaScript can do all the things. JavaScript, by using HTML we can write the HTML elements. By using CSS we can design. By using JavaScript we can create an element. We can design an element also. Valid. We can manipulate the element. That is all about the DOM manipulation. That is the beauty of DOM manipulation. Yeah. Any other questions, please?